Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Marianne's Mystic Mentions. I was hoping this cord would reach a little longer and you could see part of my table. There are a couple times I've seen that and I'm like, I love that, as long as my head isn't cut off. But welcome to the last reading of the year. I have unfortunately been saying November a couple times. I apologize. Still getting used to the whole idea of it being December and the last reading of the year. But I'm excited to be here. For those that are new, I have a format and I am a psychic intuitive tarot reader of many, many years. And I do them in person where I work as a massage therapist. And I'm wanting to incorporate that so that I can do private readings in the new year. So stay tuned, or if you're interested, please feel free to comment and let me know, and I'll let you know how to get that going. And then I'll hopefully get more technology savvy, so that I can really work that into a creative reality in the near future. So, but as normal, I do read for every sign, and I call them my featured sign. And I'm really trying my best to get all the readings out. These are the second half of the month of December readings. And so I have 4 planets in the sign of Libra: my Sun, my Mercury, my Jupiter, and my Mars. So inner planets, Mercury, very much conducive to, especially with Mercury retrogrades, which is coming up around the corner in January. Yes, half of our lives have Mercury retrograde. I'm very much more comfortable with them. I love sharing that with others because a lot of times things get slowed down. And right now we're in just about a week away from Venus going retrograde. And of course, Venus is the ruling planet of Libra as well as Taurus. And so anytime there's a Venus retrograde or any Mercury retrograde in an air sign, if it's not Libra, maybe Gemini or Aquarius, I feel it greatly. And that's okay, I prepare for it. It slows things down, and Venus is all about, the planet that has to do with love, relationships, money, beauty, aesthetics, inward, outward, feeling good, the senses are heightened, natural things matter, feeling grounded in a lot of ways, which is perfect because we're still in the season of Sagittarius, the fiery, ambitious Sagittarius. Mars went into Sagittarius. So Mars is all about fiery ambition, spirit, energy, more energy than normal, and for a Sagittarius, that's saying a lot. So do try to be the temperance card that Sagittarius represents while, figuring out what you're going to do and going to all the parties for Sagittarians that you may know. And also the Christmas and the holidays of all sorts coming up. It's a kind of excited feeling. Not to mention, we had the 2 major lunar and solar eclipses. We were in eclipse season, so that always brings so much more energy and so much more, vitality to the situation, to put it nicely. And that's kind of calming down a little bit. But the information and the energies will continue. The story that unravels with these eclipses will continue for months to come. So yes, we're about to have a full moon in Gemini this weekend because this is the 16th today. Honestly, I'm getting these out as quickly as I can. The reality is, what I brought it up for, things are slowing down and it is taking me a day and a half to upload 2 videos. Nothing new. I've seen this and felt this before. Other times it's as easy as can be, swift, smooth. And I'm feeling and understanding the energies. These are powerful energies that I like to talk about. They affect all of us. And so I will get them all out, but I pray that you'll just understand and just help me go with the flow. Because I had to take a while throughout the years to just kind of let go and surrender into that and go with the flow, if you will. Because it doesn't really do any good not to. It's happening, and it's what we need to do and how we approach things that happen, how we react to them, right? That's what we can control. So today's beautiful featured sign is the wonderful earth element cardinal sign of Capricorn. And just around the corner is, in fact, Capricorn season, going from the fiery, energetic, passionate, adventurous, freedom-seeking, very high education, educational, truth-seeking sign of Sagittarius to the very success-oriented cardinal, mover, shaker, originator, pioneer, which represents also the changing of the seasons. Each cardinal sign represents a different season, and Capricorn represents the season of winter. And I definitely feel it. I mean, it happened like overnight. We were having the most phenomenal weather, and we really needed rain, and here it came. And it's cold, so, well, you know, in some areas it may not seem cold, but here in my neck of the woods, it's definitely, you know, changing of the seasons, and we all get affected by that as well, just as much as we do the planets and, you know, their energies. So yeah, it'll be a change, and it'll be great, because along with the success and the resourceful and the practical and the regimented, you know, steadfast aspect of the earth sign, Capricorn, there's a sense of, you know, renewal, purging, being very sensible and practical about everything you do. And then once again, the aspect of nature and natural things and natural ways to take care of ourselves and to heal ourselves and to feel our genuine feelings, you know, even with the Venus retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. It'll be in the sign of Capricorn and in retrograde through January 29th. And then it will also stay in Capricorn through March 3rd, 4th, or 5th. It's like the first week, because it will go into its shadow period and then go forward and station again. And then it's, yeah, so that happens every 2.5 years. And our relationships will definitely be a key component in this aspect. And, you know, my love connection readings represent all forms of love. So, dear beautiful Capricorn, I would like to pick for you your spirited highlighted connection that Spirit always wants me to know about. I do it right in front of you. This is a person, an energy, perhaps someone familiar, perhaps not. Retrogrades do tend to bring back people from our past, friendship-wise, romantic or otherwise, work-wise, it doesn't matter. To help heal and mend perhaps, or renew and revisit, for example, all the re's that happen with retrogrades. So it can be an amazing time, you know, and it can be a very emotional time and a very soft-hearted time as well. So it's not all bad, excuse me, when there's a retrograde. It's just a time of recognizing there'll be changes and being flexible and, you know, working through things. It's more of an introspection feeling. It's not so much of an outward thing when it's retrograde. So your highlighted connection, beautiful Capricorn, is Libra. And, you know, I've gotten this in the past for you, and Libra is a cardinal sign too. And there's that Venus, you know, there's the Venus in your sign and then retrograding in, Venus, which is the ruling planet of Libra, which I brought up at the very beginning. So it's kind of ironic and beautiful and synchronistic with the, you know, spirited guided message here. And anytime we have Libra or Venus, it's about balance, it's about compromise, it's about relationships, for Pete's sakes. Libras thrive on that. They love, but of all forms, and they're very independent. They're also one of those duality signs, because there are the scales, and they're always wanting to weigh and be, you know, in that perfect balance in all aspects of their life, with themselves certainly, but certainly with others. And, you know, compromise is key, justice, fairness, all these things are very important to the Libra, as well as aesthetics and beauty and looking good, feeling good, being happy, you know, being creative, you know, utilizing their creative juices is really important to a lot of Libras, and they do very well at that. A lot of them are in the arts and creative, you know, careers. So that's really kind of wonderful. And like I said, cardinal sign, Libra is a cardinal sign as well, initiating the season of fall, the one we just are in, moving out of. So there's a nice kind of symbiotic, you know, synergy going on there. And you may know Libra, or you may, you know, be very much about thinking, which is an air sign, which is what Libra represents, our mind, our thoughts, our, you know, our ideals, our, you know, our passions. And wanting to express them and to share them and to teach, and kind of like what I do with this. And I love it, and it's always been a part of my nature. And it works well with you, it really does. So let's read to you the 4 major categories regarding this highlighted connection, but also for all of your relationships. Like I said, it doesn't have to be, this is just something you may be very aware of now, or a relationship, or you may have a lot of air or Libra in your chart, so you're really resonating. But as I said, with the Venus aspect in your sign now, I think it's very clear as to why you would be getting that as a highlighter, because it's just showing that you are in tune. You absolutely are in tune with what's happening at this present time. So the 4 categories are simple, but they tend to answer most of the questions that people ask. The first being the overall energy bringing you to the reading. If you had not had a chance to read the beginning of the month readings, you can always check back and kind of compare notes, because the energies are similar, and it doesn't matter if I don't get these up at the exact half part of the month, because whenever you watch these, it will be appropriate, and the messages will come through that need to for you. And I like that. And you're a patient soul. You're a Saturn-ruled sign. For heaven's sakes, you know about being firm and direct and, like I said, steadfast, but you're very good at focus and concentrations and patience. And you're going to get the job done, and people love you because you are the calm in the storm. I always know I can rely on an earth sign when I'm feeling a little frantic or my mind is reeling with too many thoughts, for them to put it more into a perspective that makes me feel at peace. It makes me feel steadfast. So, and it's long-term energy too with any of the earth signs. They're thinking futuristic a lot of times, but they're thinking for long-term investments, endeavors, relationships, that will last. And I love that. So your overall energy for the last reading of the month, beautiful Capricorn, is obvious, son of a gun. It's you. It's the devil. You represent the devil in the tarot. And the devil is being, I think it's just being brutally honest with ourselves, recognizing the things about ourselves, which I really feel like a lot of earth signs tend to have. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, similarities fundamentally because they're all earth elements. They have differences, of course, because one is a fixed sign, one is a mutable sign, and one is a cardinal like yourself. But the reality is that we all tend to want to kind of work on things, maybe improve things, maybe get rid of vices and habits or addictions. And this is a time of year when, we want to rid ourselves of that before we move into the new year, right? That's the whole thing, I think, that started the resolutions. But you can start them in the summer, for heaven's sakes. And it makes a lot of sense for people to start them during their sun season, their solar return, because that is a new time. It is a new age for you. It's a definite new start. And I think you're feeling that already, and you're ready to get rid of and purge and start fresh in some capacity, because that's what you do as a cardinal sign. You want to begin new. You want to continue to evolve and grow. I know this about you. And that is a cardinal trait. So yeah, being aware of that, not hanging out with people that are going to, cause issues or put you in a place that isn't going to be for your highest good. I know we all do that on occasion. They can be so much fun, and yet there's a part of them that it just isn't, it doesn't really work, So now you're going to probably be more honest about that. This represents you, and the Saturnian energy. On the bottom, I noticed this before more predominantly, is the similarity to the Lover's card, which is interesting because that represents the sign of Gemini. That's the full moon we're going to be having. It's going to put a spotlight on our relationships with this Venus, and you don't want to be in a relationship you feel that you have to be in. That because it for social status, for, well, it's been a long time. I don't know. I don't want to break up now. It's the holidays. You can be selfish. You can think about what makes you happy, because when you're like that and you feel that way, you're gonna bring that to other people. It's so vitally important, having experienced all of what I just said, to know that it's so important to be true and honest. So just being in your element right now, being brutally honest, and facing the demons and the fears and things you may have, because they'll just block you and hold you back. And lastly, I do want to say that I basically lost sight of the big picture. I apologize. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I just want to say that you are a powerful, powerful sign. You have such depth, and the Saturn will keep you on task. It will absolutely. It's a great thing to have in a lot of ways. People are like, Saturn, no, please stop. I want to have more fun. That's not how you operate. You want to see results, and it's going to take some work, and it's going to take effort. Smarter versus harder is always a great discipline to kind of think about, which I hadn't for a long time. But either way, that's cool. I like that. Not feeling like you have to be chained to anything is important. And you're ruled by Pluto as well, so you don't want to be... No, I'm sorry, you're not ruled by Pluto. Pluto's been in your sign for a long time, and it still remains there, and that is the planet of transformation. You know, that's the more modern planet that represents Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transformation, you know, just rising above again. Many, many times in our lifetime, right? So, okay, so the possible blessings or obstacles is the next category. By the way, I'm using this beautiful deck called the Art Nouveau Tarot. Sometimes people like to know. I got it as a gift a couple of Christmases ago, so I love bringing it out, and I love it. It's a really beautiful card. It has a shimmery gold in every single card, and oops, this one wants to come out. Okay, interesting. This is tying together very well, but it's saying a lot to me. And it kind of actually just kind of plopped itself out of the deck, so it's obviously needing to be said. Seven of Swords. Very interesting to come along with the overall energy of the Devil, because the Seven of Swords is an air element, which is the Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, which is the highlighted energy, person, place, or thing. And it is saying, you know, not to be tricking yourself, not to kid yourself. Get rid of and walk away from those situations, because we do them all the time. I know. I'm very familiar with that. And as soon as I realize I'm doing it, I really sit and say, okay, please help me with this, you know, and I ask for guidance. Because I am not someone who likes confrontation, and I don't think a lot of people do, but it's essential to speak your truth and to remove yourself from conversations or ideas or, you know, things that are contrary to what you believe. And you are giving it a lot of thought. This is something that's really mattering to you right now. It is an obstacle in some ways, but with you, you know you can always overcome obstacles. I do believe that about your mentality and your attitude about life. You just want to keep it moving, you know? And so, yes, remember that you have what you need. You're fully, you know, you have all the tools to be able to fight your battles on a mental level, or, you know, with those conversations that are not easy but need to be had in relationships, whatever it is, and you'll feel better for it. And whatever you do, don't kid yourself into thinking something that isn't actually happening, okay? Very important in any relationship or category. Kind of ties into that Devil energy, doesn't it? That's a big emphasis for you. And with Venus in your sign retrograde, these are the things that are going to come up, only to better situations. You know, that's the thing I really like to emphasize. They're not to be scary. They're not to add fear. They're like, okay, if I'm going to be really honest, I recognize this happening in this particular area of my life, and I don't want it there anymore. And now is the time, if not now, then when, right, to rectify the situation. And you're not afraid of that at all. And it'll be great to start fresh. And that's what that new moon eclipse in Sagittarius on the 4th really represented. Brand new initiatives, ideas, you know, lifestyles, patterns, people. All that stuff has been hugely influencing all of us. So I hope that's where you're going, and I hope you're just deciding, okay, end of that chapter, starting anew. As a special birthday. You know, when you have a birthday time, there's extra special wishes and, you know, magical things that can come to you. So write them down and put those intentions out there and believe it and feel it, okay? Third category is out of finances, and that is about money and practical, you know, things, something that matters a great deal to you, and you're very good at amassing wealth because, like I said, all of the qualities that you have are about making it happen and not getting diverted from your path, you know? Beautiful focus. I love and appreciate you for that. I have it sometimes. I'm a little bit scattered. I admit that. I know why, because of certain other planetary and maybe age, who knows? But, you know, I work on it. You just are one of those laser sharp kind of peoples. Whoops, there they are. They're just popping out for you today. I'm curious now. So, third category of finances and or wealth, whatever matters to you in that regard. Yes, you have the Queen of Wands. So you're still feeling the energy of the fiery, ambitious, you know, very, very capable, very mature energy of passion, of drive, of spirit, of action. You notice this is someone that's been there, done that. Once the queens represent the intuition of all that we all have, the intuitive, the more feminine quality, males being the masculine. But that does not mean you have to be a female or a male either way. We all have the duality of that in us. So once again, the introspection that's happening with the retrograde is going to be very predominant, but it's going to really make you realize exactly what you need to do, because you don't hold back when you're the Queen of Wands. It's on and it's happening, okay? So it's a beautiful, ambitious, let's get it done, let's make money, let's get comfortable. I matter, my family matters, my life matters, my earthly, sustenance and security absolutely matters. And this is putting it forth. This is making it happen. You are actually probably very familiar with doing this already and may have fire in your chart, but you're really, something happened with the new moon. And like I said, for everybody, it doesn't happen the second the new moon eclipses happen, but they inevitably bring things out of your life or bring things back in, eclipse things out, bring things in. And it can be extremely fast or it can be long-term. As I said, the effects last 6 months and longer. So little by little, the information is coming through, and it does have to do with finances or your well-being and what you consider to be wealth or your relationships. It's going to be a very, very positive influence for you, because you're getting rid of things that are going to block you or prevent that. And I love that as the segue into the juicy part of it, right? The juicy part of the story. So final category is that of surprises and wishes. So we've had a lot of surprises in the last couple of years, and there's been some really difficult challenges, which we always seem to come through. But there's also been some incredible, beautiful moments and miraculous things I'm sure that you can focus on and recognize, and that you've been putting forth in your manifestations, in your desires, in your dreams, in your ideas. And that's what this is about. So I'm always excited to see what turns up, because it's something you've actually created, along with the divinity and the divine interaction with spirit always. A lot of things happen out of our control, but we can work with it or against it, or we can, choose how we want to be, in regards to how we're feeling about it, which is huge for everybody. And you got the 8 of Pentacles, so there you are in your element. The coins and pentacles represent the earth element. The lunar eclipse was in Taurus. That is known as the money sign as well. That is a very compatible sign for you. You're both earth signs. Bear with me. My chakra. Throat chakra. You need to express something, no doubt. You want to get out there in the world. You want to be known, and you are mastering your craft. The 8 is one of the most powerful, abundant, and prosperous numbers there is. This is for you. You know that you work hard. You know that. Maybe you want to work hard again in a secondary business, a passive income. And you're not going to stop, until you reach your destination, your goal, and you're working hard, and you will reap the benefits. And if it's money you want specifically, just put it out there. It's your birthday, it's your birthday, and you deserve it, and it will come to you. You are very, very deserving. We all are. You just have to truly believe that. So you start with the am I being honest? Am I taking care of myself the way I want to be able to create and allow these beautiful, wonderful, miraculous gifts coming into my life? Do I know, and am I going to be honest about who to talk to and who to have conversations with about things that I need to have a talk about and I need to work through? This is the time. This is the time. Let's finish it out. Let's let it go. Let's purge it and heal it and mend it and start anew. So I love that. That's fantastic. It doesn't surprise me you've been, manifesting that. That is what you do, and you do it well. And so why not, right? So I'm going to finish with your 2 oracle messages. And the first is the beautiful Psychic Tarot from the Heart. And I really love this deck. I pull it out every 2 or 3 readings. And I've asked Santa for a few more oracle decks because I love the oracle. They are, of course, the divination that represents the wisdom of life. And, you know, we're all a part of this. So we can sit and meditate and listen and ask and receive messages that are uplifting and inspirational, and they're guidance, and they're supportive, and they're all the things that we want, you know. And it's great to be independent and do things on our own and everything, but there are times when it's like, I'm a little stuck here, and it will happen. You will receive divine guidance. And for you, I brought it up a moment ago. Thank you, Spirit. You actually got the Chakra Card, and there's several different categories in here, from major arcana to all the different elements to the chakras. And the chakras are important, right? We need those in balance. That's essential. And you got the throat chakra, and that's number 5. It's the 5th chakra coming from the bottom up, you know, the root, the root chakra, the passion chakra, I like to call it, of creativity and whatnot, the solar plexus, the heart, throat, third eye, and then the crown. You know, there's things that you need to say, and you may be someone that might be one of those Capricorns that just you've got everything together. You definitely can lead and you know, start and be the cardinal aspect you are. But there are times that you may be more of a, you know, background kind of person where you would like to have someone else speak your words. And I think that's changing. I think it's changing for a lot of people because there's going to be a predominance of air elements for years and years to come. And that is about communication, starting with our thoughts and how we speak and how we come across to people. And it's essential somehow. It's very important. And, you know, bearing in mind that you'll be able to understand and through your gut and your higher intuition, the people that aren't being real or being honest and so forth. And, you know, that's vitally important as well. But I like that came up, and I said that as I was taking a sip. So yes, this is really important. Throat chakra is the opening to our heart. It's the chakra above the heart. And when you're authentic and you're real and you're true about what you say, and you're grounded in it, and you feel strong and present, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, you know, to be able to express yourself and feel, you know, that confidence within. And I'm going to read to you what it says specifically because there's some really beautiful messages that come along with this. So, chakra in the back, throat chakra, and that is, your message is located in the throat area. That this chakra is associated with communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience, inner hearing. I get that quite a bit. You know, you hear a voice, you may think it's yours, but sometimes it's a little deceiving. It's a softer voice. It's a message. It's always a message. I consider it a message, and I'll be just sitting there, and someone says something in my mind or my, you know, soul, and I'm like, oh, okay. Take heed. Thank you. And it's usually beautiful, you know, kind, supportive things. It's not like, you know, you're not good, you're not, it's nothing like, that's ego if that's happening. Far different. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and others in the creative arts have active throat chakras. To activate this chakra, use your voice in some way. Sing, chant, hum, laugh. I love the laugh. Make some noise, okay? Don't be so introverted if you can help it, and it happens to be something it's not a bad thing, it's just sometimes it's good to balance that out, you know? And what else? Energizing this chakra helps you speak your truth in a clear and kind manner, improving your relationships, which is very important right now with this retrograde and Venus in your sign, and increasing your sense of well-being. We all want this. You've got this, and it shows, and you're ready. And it's super important, and I love that you bring in the season of winter, because It's an important season. They're all important, you know, and with less leaves and things more barren, it really makes us appreciate and realize we can do so much with a lot less. I like that realization, the minimalistic aspect of things. When we get a little carried away at Christmas or anything, just the bare roots, the nature of the love we can feel for others is so pure and natural. You know, it's organic. It's built into us, really, as spirits on this planet time. So I'm going to finish with your super attractor manifestation message, which is creating the life that you want. You started with the wishes and the, you know, surprises. You might be very surprised how quickly you continue to grow and you know, prosper. I hope that for you. I truly do. If you like what you've seen in my, and you've not been here and you've not subscribed or liked, and even if you have, like again, it'd be awesome. It's very supportive. I love you for it. It's really helped me a lot. Come out of my shell, because I'm used to doing it in person. I've never done this kind of format prior to this in the many years I've been doing readings, but I love and appreciate anything like that you could do to let me know that things are good and you want to share it, and various things of that. Subscribing is beautiful, and that's like just following. So thank you for that, and on with your last message. For this beautiful time and holiday you have, I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. We can do that at any moment. And I say, now is no time like the present, right? It's just believe it and continually say this. It'll change your energy. It'll literally change your energy. We're all energy. So you putting this out is going to bring that back. And what better thing to have at this time of year, right? It's good to have every day of your life, but especially now, in celebration of you. So yes, have a beautiful holiday, no matter what it is you may celebrate. I send my love to you for a safe and, you know, healthy one. And thank you again for your time. I appreciate you, and I will see you next year. Take care. Bye-bye.